Okay. Okay. Hello, everybody watching. MML family, what's up? What's up? This is week 9. This is the Golden State Golducks facing off against the Boston Red Ghouls. First of the last games of this season. Can't believe it. Can't believe we're here already. Feels like we just started, man. Sorry, I had to grab something to write on. Yeah, it feels like we just started. I really can't believe that we're in the last week here. BRG is unfortunately knocked out already, so he'll probably get the 7th seed, which will make him not in playoffs. But he told me he's still giving it his all. He can play the spoiler this week. I'm guaranteed the 1 or the 2 seed, so I've earned the bye. If I lose and Kix beats Palafins, then I get the 2 seed, and Kix gets the 1. He'll win on head-to-head differential. Actually, just head-to-head tiebreaker. But if I win, I guarantee the 1. Everybody else, so Palafins is either going to get the 2 or the 3. If he loses, he'll get the 3. If he wins, he'll get the 2. Kix has a lot he can do. He can get the 1, like I said, if I lose and he wins. He can get the 2 if we both win. He can get the 3 if he loses to Palafins and Cole loses. He can get the 4 if he loses to Palafins and Cole wins. So Kix has a lot to play for. They're playing either tomorrow or I think tomorrow. Yeah, Raikou is basically locked in at the 4 or the 5. I think he could maybe get the 6 if he loses and PTP wins, but no, I think he's guaranteed the 4 or the 5, which is basically the same. Cole could only get the 3 if he wins and Kix loses. Cole could still get 4, 5, or 6 as well if he loses to PTP. Then PTP would get into the 4, 5, and Cole would be in the 6. So there's a lot of movement going on, but everyone's clinched playoffs at least. The rest is just for seeding. My match is for the 1 or the 2, like I said. This is the team for the week. I should probably make sure they're actually in the dedicated team spot. Yeah, I got a cool team this week. BRG's team is really slow, so I brought some of my faster mons, and a lot of them have a lot of bulk because they can. But this is the first set. This is Grimmsnarl. Really weird Grim set. I've loved Grim this season. I'm going to do a quick summary for each of these guys, too. He's been great. I've run him so many different ways. I even thought about running him Assault Vest, even though he's a Prankster Pokemon this week. Obviously, he would have been Frisk instead of Prankster, but that didn't end up working. It would have been for Armor Rouge. I'm still Max Spadef. Parting Shot is there to help set up the main sweeper for the week, which is Shell Smash Cloister, and just to help switch around. Taunt is because he's got a lot of slower, like, setup and hazard guys I'd like to stop. It doesn't work on Ting Lu, though, because he's Dark type. Low Kick is there, even with only 4 attack EVs like I have. Low Kick does 100% min to no bulk Tyranitar, so that's what that's there for. It's still a 120 base power move against Ting Lu, but I wrote down in my notes, like, don't even think about it. It does like 24% or something abysmal. And then Sucker Punch is just his normal stab. Might come in handy later in the game. Like I said, this is Cloister. This is the sweeper for the week. I got Icicle Spear, Liquidation, Terra Blast, Ground. That's for the Magneton, especially if he's AV. That helps a lot. If he's Sturdy, that'll stop this sweep. The only one we really can't OHKO is maybe like a fully defensive Ting Lu might be able to take the Icicle Spear. I don't remember the calc. I think he could, like, sometimes. And then, like I said, Sturdy Magneton. And then lastly, Fortress can take it, but he can't really do anything back. So if I can get off the Shell Smash clean, I'm adamant, max attack, max speed. I think we can pull off the sweep with Cloister. That's kind of the main offense. Tauros is simple max Fizz Def set. I thought about some other things this week, but this one seemed the best. It's simply here to check Slitherwing, which is very scary. I didn't want to Scarf Slitherwing to get away, but even Life Orb Bandit is very scary. He does have Earthquake to hit me, or Dual Wing Beat, or Zen Headbutt. He has a lot of coverage that he could hit me with if he's running it. But a lot of times Slitherwing is just like Flare Blitz, First Impression, U-Turn, and then one tech move. So I'm hoping it's that and that it's not Earthquake. That would be like best case scenario. But he very well may have Earthquake. He would still have to be not choiced for it to kind of work. And then on top of that, he would have to call the switch. So, and either way, this is just here to get the Intimidate off and slow him down. So, yeah, it's there for Will-O-Wisp on the switch. It also has Earthquake because Armor Rouge is a great switch into it. He's a resist the fighting and he resists the fire. He's immune to the fire if he's running the ability Flash Fire. So, can't hit him with anything else. That's what the Earthquake tech is for. Raging Bull, so I can actually hit Slitherwing. Body Press is just because I have max Fizz Def and Stab. Will-O-Wisp again is just to catch something on the switch. This is Scyther. I get to run Scyther. I only ran him one other week. He didn't get a kill. He did get in. He didn't die either. But so he's 0-0, but he's came to one match. He's the only member of my team without a kill. So hoping to get him that this week. But we're max speed just to outspeed. Or sorry, we're not max speed. We just have enough to outspeed Mimikyu by 1. I'm going to be clicking U-turn a lot. Aerial Ace is strong. Close Combat is there for the Tyranitar. And then this is my defogger. As you can see, I didn't bring Donphan. This is only the second time I haven't brought Donphan, so that's really interesting. And this is my defogger instead, so he's wearing the heavy-duty boots. Steel Terra is there maybe to stop a Hawlucha sweep. You know, if he's SD'd and he's unburdened, I would expect him, obviously, since I 4-times resist fighting, to go for like a Brave Bird, and we could resist it with the Steel and then KO back with Aerial Ace. So that's kind of like a panic button there. Assuming I haven't used it on Cloister already. Breloom's just another form of offense. I'm adamant, max speed, max attack, very simple set. With the Focus Sash, this is actually my lead, my dedicated lead. I wanted to run Taunt Grimmsnarl, which I do have, but I wanted to run him as the lead because I wanted to stop hazards. A big thing BRG likes to do is set hazards and whirlwind around with Ting Lu. It's a great strategy. It fits his team. I'm trying to stop hazards at all costs, and the best way for me to do that is just by sporing with Breloom. His one Spore immune, assuming he's not one of the items that blocks it, is Arboliva, who is going to die to a close combat. So that's obviously Breloom has a good matchup in that regard. So I'm hoping to click Spore on turn 1. There's only one Pokemon I don't click Spore against. Oh yeah, he has one more Spore immune, which is Stantler. Not exactly the scariest Pokemon, but I think it actually makes a little sense here against my team. If he brings Stantler, then I have to Bulldoze on turn 1 because he might be Sash if he's the lead. So I would Bulldoze into close combat, or maybe even Bullet Seed. Or well, not Bullet Seed because of the grass immunity. But yeah, I would Bulldoze again if it KOs, but probably close combat on the second turn. Everybody else I'm sporing. Next is Rotom. Finally bringing offensive Rotom. I feel like I've brought very defensive Rotom all season. It's not that he's been bad, but is his KD ratio is like he's got 2 KOs and 4 deaths. I mean, that's what Rotom does for me. He's just been like a pivot and a guy to slow things down. But I can't sleep on the fact that he has like 107 special attack and 2 good stabs, and so um, I'd like to get his offense going here, and I think it's a good matchup for him, especially Hydro Pump against Ting Lu. Obviously, I have to hit it, but that's kind of what he's here for. And then the Terra Bug, trying to remember, it's for an Earthquake resist, but I don't remember who. Oh yes, it's another way to stop Hawlucha. I would resist the fighting move, and then I can hit him back with a Volt Switch or a T-Bolt or Hydro Pump if he's Terra'd, and hopefully KO back. Since he should click a fighting move. Obviously, Bug's weak to flying, but you wouldn't click that against Rotom, so that's what the Terra Bug is there for. And then also to hit Arboliva, because that resists both my stabs, and that's one way to hit it, hence the Terra Blast. So Terra Bug, kind of a weird one to see, but I think it makes sense here. He gave up Pex. That was his like most recent transaction. Was he gave up Toxapex, and so I think not having that anymore means I can really click Hydro Pump very easily. That's kind of where the inspiration for the set came from. I wanted to run Modest, but I need to be Timid because it makes a difference on so many things. Like Timid helps me outspeed Stantler, Slitherwing, and Armarouge, who I wouldn't outspeed if I was Modest and they were max speed. Especially Armarouge, it was by like 1, so that was really annoying. So I just felt like I had to be Timid. Yeah, this is another way to revenge Slitherwing. Rotom's a big part of the offense. So the offense bonds are like Rotom, Breloom, and Cloyster, and then sort of the defense / utility mons are Grimmsnarl, Tauros, and Scyther. So that's the team for the week. I think it's a good one. BRG has definitely a scary team. The most scary mon on his team is Ting Lu, because it's just like, how are you going to kill it? But I have like Stab to hit him with Cloyster, Stab to hit him with Tauros, Stab to hit him with Scyther, Stab to hit him with Breloom, and Stab to hit him with Rotom. So you can see I really don't want to get like stuffed by Ting Lu, but the calcs on it are just insane. Like nothing Okos it, and so it's going to be a team effort to take that thing down. Hopefully he's in the lead and I can just Spore it and then hit it hard with a close combat, or if he switches out, at least it's like crippled with a Spore. So that would be great. We'll see. Breloom did so well last week that I wouldn't be surprised to see some type of mon sort of built for Breloom. That would not surprise me at all, but we'll see if he does that. He's got some new mons that he made. I mean, he made some changes that were effective this week that he was hoping to use in this week in playoffs, but then he didn't make playoffs. So I'm assuming he's going to use some of those new mons for fun and just to get him in the game. But we'll see. He said he's taking it very serious, so I don't know what he's going to do. In general, over the past few weeks, his best mons, in my opinion, from what I've seen and heard, is that Ting Lu, Armarouge, and Mimikyu seem to be the ones he brings a lot and uses well. So we definitely had a lot of prep for those 3 mons. Armarouge is tough, man. That thing is tough to like. Nothing can resist both stabs. Certainly not on my team. So it's difficult to pivot around. Like I have a Psychic Immune. I have like a Fire Resist, 2 Fire Resists, but nothing like wants to be in on both moves. So if you were to be Life Orb, and if he's the what is that called? The weak armor set, and he gets a speed boost, that thing's gonna be difficult. And then we'd be relying on like chip damage and Sucker Punch to pick up the KO on that, or a fancy Terra, and that's just So hopefully I can take out that thing early, break Mimikyu's disguise early. Those are the things I'm kind of worried about. But yeah. So I'm ready. I haven't heard back from him. He said he'd be ready around 8:15 my time, which is 8:23 now. I sent him a message. Sent him a couple messages now. I'm assuming he'll get back to me in a sec. Probably just doing his last minute prep and stuff. I mean, he said he got home, or he usually gets home at 8, so not like he's been home forever, but he said he'd be ready, so presumably he'll be ready soon. Man, been a crazy season. I can't believe all the playoff spots are locked up. I didn't think that would happen before the last week. but but yeah, I was surprised by that. But there's still so much movement that can happen. No one has a locked up playoff like seating spot, which is funny. The only one is like um the only one is Raikou really. I mean he has the 4-5 locked up, I think. I'm pretty sure. And I guess you could say that that's sort of they're kind of the same thing because they play each other. So um, he has that locked up in that way. Yeah, I guess while I'm waiting for BRG, I just want to say thank you to everybody who played and participated in this season. It was obviously our first one for me and Cole running it, and it was really fun. I think it's gone really well. I hope everybody had a good time. Um, Special shout out to a few people. I'm not sure if I have everybody covered, but I know BRG and Palafins, them at least, this was their first season of any draft league. Uh, and so I hope they had a good time. I hope it was, I hope they learned a lot. I hope everybody learned a lot. I know I did and enjoyed a lot of things. I mean, shoot, I didn't even know how Mirror Herb worked last week, so I'm still learning stuff for Gen 9. But um, yeah, it was a good experience for me, and I've liked it. I hope playoff goes well for everything. And hopefully we can do it again. Our plan is to take a little break after this and sort of wait for Pokemon Home to drop, get all the Hisuian Mons in and whatever all the other transferables that they've talked about, and then we'll have sort of a new meta to work with, make a new tier list, adapt the one from this one and play a season with those guys. Um, and then the long term plan is take a break after that, depending on when DLC one is coming out. Let that come out. That'll add, 1 to 2 and probably 100 or so new Mons. Play a season with that meta, and then wait for DLC two. Get those Mons in, and then play a season with that meta. So hopefully, it's like the first 4 seasons we do over this first year of Scarlet and Violet are all different and new and exciting, and different tier lists, different Pokemon to choose from, and that's the plan. And then after that, I don't know. I don't know. Don't have a plan after that, but that's long in the future. We're really hoping that most people who played want to come back next season, and that's always cool to have rematches against guys. That'll be the fun part about playoffs, so that everybody played everybody, so it's a rematch for everyone. Um, and yeah, next season that'd be cool too, because then you start to know guys and the way they play, and see them grow, and see yourself, their redemption arcs and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully we get as many people back as possible. We'll see about how many people we'll have. We had 10 teams this season. That was pretty fun. I think we optimally like 12, um, and keep it at 6 making playoffs. Be harder to make playoffs, but it would be um, a bigger league. And 12, we've played in the 12 with 6 making it before, and we really like that. So I think that'll be the aim next season. But if it's 10, 10's fine too. I obviously like 10. I like the 6 making it because then the 1 and the 2 get buys, and I think that's cool. That feels like the right amount of guys. I mean, I think everybody making it this season in the top 6 has a chance to win or do something really good in playoffs. So, um, yeah, I think 6 is the right amount. It feels good. Yeah, playoffs are going to be crazy. It's going to be so interesting to see how people adapt and change what they did in the first in the first matchup to now. A lot of guys just have different teams from the matchups they did in the regular season, so it's almost like a completely new game. But at least you know a little bit about your opponent, I guess. And certainly some of the guys, I mean, if you played me, you have the match on video you can watch and rewatch and try to learn from that. And, I know for myself, when I play playoffs, I tend to, I don't do this on purpose, but it feels normally like I bring like 3 Pokemon that were very successful and tweak their sets very little from the original match. And then 3 like kind of new, totally new, not necessarily new Pokemon, but new sets. And go from there. That tends to work for me well in playoffs in the past. It's like keep what did well and change what didn't, and probably the other guys doing the same thing as well. So it just makes it really interesting. Yeah, after this week, all we have is 3 weeks left. I'll have a week off next week, which is weird. So it'll be a long time. Oh, I didn't bring up. Oh, one thing about the team is I'm not bringing Goldango for the first time this week. Um, I just didn't want to deal with uh, Tinglu with Goldango. I mean, he resists the Shadow Ball, obviously, and the Make It Rain he doesn't resist, and I could run Focus Blast, but I just didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to click Make It Rain and have it do like 30% now -1 and can't do anything. And you can set up hazards or whirlwind if they're already up, or just hit something hard with a whatever its special move is that does like half 50%, um, or even just a strong earthquake. I mean, I just didn't want to have to deal with it. I felt like Tinglu was just like a great counter to Goldango. Didn't feel like bringing it, even though it's been my best Pokemon. It's 13-3. It's kill leader for the season. It has been for a while, but it's only like 2 KOs above Meowscarada. So if Viz brings Meowscarada, um, or I think Dragalge is close too, they could catch him. And maybe that would be because I didn't bring him this week, but I don't really care about that. It's cool to have a kill leader, but it doesn't. I'd rather get a win. So if I think something's a better bring, then I'll bring it. So first week not bringing that, and only the second week not bringing Donphan. So the guys that brought the two most are both not coming, just the way the matchup worked out. Um, um, sorry, somebody messaged me something funny. I just waiting for BRG. It says he's like online on Discord, but he hasn't responded to me. I sent him a few sent him a few messages, but I don't know. I'm sure he's just getting ready, doing whatever he needs to do. So you're just here stuck with me, hanging out. So yeah, I talked about like next season the big difference will be all the Hisuian Mons coming in. Let me take a look at which ones are coming in, which ones I want. Because there are so many good ones. That's gonna change the meta so much. Let's see. Um, that's not a good list. Let's see. Yeah, there's a bunch of Pokemon coming in, so I'll talk about all of them. I mean, there's Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres are coming in. Articuno is normally bad, but Zapdos and Moltres are super good, especially heavy duty boot sets with static and flame body. Those things are going to be monsters. Mewtwo and Mew probably won't be allowed in the league. Maybe Mew, we'll see. We got Typhlosion, both forms of it. Typhlosion's always interesting. I mean, it has Flash Fire, plus it always gets, it's like the fastest eruption user. And so, I mean, that'll be something in its new form. Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza won't be allowed probably. Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf. Um, I think Azelf's good. I don't really like the other two. Maybe Mesprit's kind of interesting. Uxie's just so defensive and passive. I don't really. I've never been a fan of the Lake Trio, using them competitively, but Azelf's probably the easiest to use just because it's fast and hits hard on either side. Just Focus Sash Elite is coming. Dialga Palkia won't be allowed. We got Heatran. Heatran's one of the best Pokemon ever, so that'll be in OU anyway, and it'll most likely be allowed. So, of course, that thing will be good. It's such a good Pokemon. God, you can run that like any way. It's always like A tier in OU or better, and it's certainly good in Draft League too. Especially with Terra. My God, yeah, that thing's gonna be amazing. Giratina probably won't be allowed. Cresselia. I mean, you never like to face off against Cresselia. It's kind of like difficult to use, difficult to face. I don't know. It's one of those. Not my thing, but it's certainly good. Arceus won't be allowed. Samurott, regular Samurott, boo, boring. Hisuian Samurott, that thing is scary. That sharpness like Gallade and a couple other guys who got that. Whoever gets Hisuian Samurott, that's going to be cool. Signature move is awesome. Tornadus, Thunderous, Landers, the genies are always good. Pick up any of them. I had a really good season with Thunderous. What was that? Thunderous Therian last season. I love that thing. I ran it so many different ways. Those guys just have such great stats. They can do anything. Obviously, Landorus is like one of the best OU Pokemon ever. Got nerfed a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna have knockoff, defog. Um, yeah, it's gonna be missing a lot of stuff that it normally has, but it's Landers. It has 145 attack. It's gonna be good. Meloetta. Honestly, I've never used Meloetta. It has two different forms. Serene Grace is always interesting. I don't know. Meloetta is decent normally. I mean, but I've never used it. Chestnut. Bulletproof is always a great ability. Chestnut defensive Pokemon. I don't know. Not my thing. It's like Leech Seed ran a lot. Spiky Shield. I don't know. Delphox. I think Delphox is awesome. Like competitively designed, is kind of meh. But Magician's a really weird ability. That's not what makes it good. But just the fire psychic coverage, like I said, armor resist battle. It's just difficult to resist both. So 114 attack, 104 speed. It's really good offensive Pokemon. Greninja is already back, and that'll be in next season. That'll be cool to see people use that. It's been doing well, really well on Rain and OU, and it's still good, even though Protean got nerfed. That should bring an Ash Greninja, which is going to work differently as well. That'll be cool. Carbink, yeah, I mean, whatever. Diancie. Diancie's so cool. I've always wanted to run Diancie. Obviously, Mega Diancie was way cooler and more offensive, but even regular Diancie's pretty good. Hoopa, both forms of Hoopa. I've never run Hoopa. I would love to have Hoopa, especially Hoopa Unbound. That thing is like so strong. Volcanion. Love Volcanion. It's like one of my favorite Pokemon ever competitively. That thing can do everything. Stats are so good. I would draft Volcanion in a heartbeat. Decidueye, both forms. That thing is interesting, and I think that thing's really good in Draft League. And its new form is got that move that like has a high crit ratio and chance to flinch, and like it's like 3 different secondary effects. I think it's cool. Magearna again. Last season or last year was last last generation. It was banned in OU, so Magearna was kind of. We'll see if it'll be around. I think the last draft league I played in did not allow it. We'll see how it does in OU, if it's like not as good or what. But I mean, it's always going to be good. Stats are crazy. 115 in both defenses, 130 attack. Come on. Rillaboom's coming back out of nerf. Grassy Glide's not as strong, but it sets grassy terrain. I mean, it's a starter, so the stats are good. Rillaboom's going to be good. That'll be a cool Pokemon to have. Cinderace is already in the game, and it's in our league. Nobody picked it up. We'll see. I would like to have Cinderace one day. I think core change is really cool, and some other stuff can do. Powerball's strong. Good move pool. I love Cinderace and VGC. I haven't used it much in singles once it got banned last generation, but it'll be good. You got Inteleon. Not my thing, but it's certainly good. 125 attack, 120 speed. I mean, strong Pokemon. Good offensive water. Zacian and Zamazenta probably won't be allowed. Eternatus won't be allowed. Urshifu forms are coming back. They got a nerf somehow. I don't remember what it was. But I'm sure they'll still be good. Zarude's coming back. I know Raikou loves Zarude. Cool Pokemon. Very good. 4 times weak T return though. Regieleki. Everyone's excited about that thing with Terra, but I don't know why. I mean, I think most people forget that like it's only strong when it uses electric moves anyway. I know that's all it knows, but like its ability boosts electric moves by 1.5. So just always has a free choice specs, but that's only on electric moves. So when you like Terra Blast, Calcs are probably going to be underwhelming. It only has 100 attack. It's still going to be good, but I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. Regidrago, kind of similar idea. Like it's only strong with Dragon type moves. So even though Terra Blast is going to let it learn more, like it only has 100 attack. So Glastrier, Spectrier. Glastrier would probably be allowed. Spectrier, I don't know about that. If either of those are in, they're both good. Calyrex, like regular Calyrex, terrible. Bad Pokemon, don't use that. Weirdeer, I don't know that much about Weirdeer. I mean, it has Intimidate and Sapsiper, just a better form of what I'm playing today, Stantler. It looks like its stats are decent. It's really slow, though. Cleaver, that's going to be super interesting. It has Sharpness, Sheer Force, 2 good abilities, 130 attack, like 85 speed's decent, and it gets that move that like also sets rocks. 65 base power, I think. Crazy move. Unstoppable. Like, you can't taunt it, can't magic bounce it. Great Pokemon. If you get that plus like Goldango to stop people getting off rocks, that would be a sick combo. Ursaluna, this is the Pokemon I want that Pokemon so bad. Um, like, I really, really, really want that Pokemon. Uh, I would draft that like in the first round. It just has such good stats. Like 50 speed is slow, but 130 HP, 140 attack, 105 defense, and 80 speed F. Just slap a assault vest on it, and then on top of that, it has like three good abilities. Like guts, great. Bulletproof, amazing. Unnerve is like niche but usable. I would love to draft that thing. Basket Legion may not even be allowed, or at least probably not with its move, but Swift Swim and Adaptability to and Mold Breaker. That thing has three good abilities, decent stats, and Water Ghost is pretty good typing. We know that from the past. That'll be cool. Sneasler would be decent. Poison Fighting is kind of meh typing, but with Unburden, 130 attack, 120 speed, yeah, it'll be good. Certainly it'll be something. Overquill is interesting. I mean, it doesn't look anything crazy, but good intimidator, I'm sure. Dark poison typing is good. You're only weak to ground. Slap an air balloon on it, you have no weaknesses. Uh, Enamorous is going to be crazy. We'll see how good that thing is. It's another genie, so of course the stats are bonkers. And then there's some other ones like Hisuian Zoroark's in the game. I'm dying to use that. Hisuian Braviary is interesting. I like that. Hisuian Goodra is like the bulkiest thing on the planet. Like if that thing had recover, it would just never die. So, um, not looking forward to playing that. I don't think I'll draft it, but it's just that thing's so bulky. And Dragon Steel is great typing. Hisuian Avalugg, no thanks. Um, yeah, I think I covered all. Oh, Hisuian Lilligant, that thing's terrifying. You get some of the other mons like a Galarian Slowking, super good. That'll be coming in. The glaring forms of the Kanto birds. Regular Tauros is coming in. Hisuian Electrode. Yeah, there's more. There's so much coming in. Like, it's going to be a totally different meta. Sorry, guys. I know you're probably waiting forever, but I'm waiting on BRG. I don't know. He hasn't responded to me. Maybe he did the timing wrong. I don't know. Let me see. He said, I normally get home around 7 Central Standard Time, which is 8 my time. And he said, so maybe 10 to 15 minutes after. So yeah, it's been well after that. I don't know what he's doing. He's icing me. Um, yeah, just waiting on him, I guess. Pretty much exhausted everything I was going to talk about. Like Switch is going to run out of battery. Actually, what am I at? 52? Yeah, hurry up. Jeez. Mm, all right. I'm going to look at my team on the dock. If you're looking at the dock, we added a section for playoff statistics for everybody who made it, and a different like kill leaderboard underneath the regular one for the playoffs and stuff. Because that's obviously different stats. Just looking at everybody on my team and seeing who performed well and underperformed. You know, obviously, I've had a good season. It's been fun. We're 7-1 with plus 25. It's super good. Goldango was great, which he needed to be. You know, he's my first overall pick. He's obviously a good Pokemon. 13-3 in 8 games is really really good. I've been happy with him. Ran him a few different ways. I mean, I've had like 6 different items on him in 6 or 5 in 8 games, and so I think 5. I ran Scarf the most. That seems like the easiest to use, but who isn't good with a Scarf? Red him Wash, like I said, he's 2-4. He came to 6 games. This will be a 7th. He's done what I've asked him to, like be a defensive pivot a lot. He often has like a very specific role, so he's never going to be like sweeping or anything. So it's not surprising, but a little bit underwhelmed that he's like negative. Grimstar is 1-1 while coming to 6 games, which is amazing. I mean, it makes sense. He parting shots out a lot. He's one of the last Pokemon left a lot of the time, but um, Yeah, that's funny. He's been great. I've loved Grimmsnarl. He's been like my second or third best Pokemon. I think he's been amazing. I was super excited to use him, and I'm glad I got him. Breloom had a great week last week. He's 6-1, come to 6 games, +5. Breloom's been great. Priority, Spore, hits hard, good grass type, middling speed tier, which I've liked. Um, yeah, Breloom's been great. It's probably been my second best, maybe third behind Grimmsnarl. Um, I love Breloom. First time using him in draft, so that was cool. Donphan's been amazing. He's 2-4. He's -2, but he does what I need him to. Like I said, I brought him to the second most games. Come to 7 games, not this week though. He's like my most reliable form of hazard removal, and he was my only setter until I picked up Cloyster as spikes, but my only stealth rock setter. So he's been operating both roles of being like removal and setter, and he's done great. He's also my sturdy mon, like panic button to stop sweeps. I love Donphan. Tauros Fire has been sort of a surprise. I mean, I thought I'd like him, but he's 4-2. He's +2. He's come to 4 games. Always done his job. He has more KOs than I thought because I ran him defensive like every time. But he's been a great Pokemon. Zangoose is great. Zangoose is 3-1. Come to 2 games. I ran him once. The Toxic Boost set, which is the normal one against PTP. God, that was like week 2, I think. Let me see. Yeah, that was week 2. And I ran him 2 weeks ago against Far West First with a scarf set. That was really cool. It was one of my cooler sets of the season. And Zangus has been great. I mean, he was a 4-point mod. I didn't expect him to do a ton. Just being positive is awesome. Those lower tier picks, you just need him to do good in like 1 or 2 games, and that's a good season. I still have one more set in mind for him. I might run in the playoffs. Cloyster, midseason pickup. He's 4-0 in 2 games. Been great. I ran him Shell Smash once and then defensive the other time, so he's proven he can do both. 4-0s, can't ask for much more. I'm hoping to get a lot of kills with him this week if I ever get to play. Uh, I dropped him for Noivern, who is also 4-0, so that slot on my team is like 8-0, which is really cool. They both have been great. Jolteon's cool. I've used him mostly as like a Terramon. 3-1, again, lower tier pick, 4-point mon. 3-1 in 2 games for a 4-point mon is great. Love Jolteon, been really good. Haven't brought him a ton though. And then Scyther, once again. I talked about him earlier. He's 0-0 in 1 game. Hopefully he picks up a KO, and then everybody on the team will have a KO. That'd be really cool. Yeah, so the team's been good. The one I've been most disappointed in is, I guess, Rotom, but that's hard to judge. I mean, Rotom's been good. I just use him in a different way than the stats would reveal. So I'm pretty happy with everybody. Hence why I've only dropped one guy. I normally only make 1 or no or 0 transactions, so this is normal for me. Next season, I would be willing to draft like any of these guys again, even Noivern, who I dropped. The only one, I probably won't because I like to mix it up, but we'll see if they're there or whatever. I'll think about it. None of them have really disappointed me in anything, so um, yeah, I liked them. They had a great season. Everybody have been enjoying it. Hopefully, playoffs goes well too. All right, guys. Sorry, I don't know where BRG is. You told me to be ready at like half an hour ago. So apparently, I'm doing a very long stream. I'm just gonna chill here till he's ready, I guess. Last thing I'm gonna talk about before I'm just gonna hang out and not talk. I was looking at the kill leaderboards earlier today, and I was like, man, Dragalge is insane. Like Dragalge being 10-5 for God, what was that thing on the tier list? Shout out Dragalge. Dragalge was a 7-point mon. Like, come on. He has no business being 10-5. That's insane. Kix has used him so well, including against me. Great Pokemon. I mean, everybody on this list has done well. Baxcalibur for Palafins has been super good. He's 8-2. That's amazing. And Garg, obviously, everybody expected that. That thing's been good. Iron Hands for Kix also. It's been good. Jugulus is amazing. 8 KOs of Jugulus. I think that's like one of the PTP's done really well with that thing. It's one of the Paradox Mons that people weren't that interested in. I mean, he is the #1 performing Paradox Pokemon. No, sorry, right beneath Iron Hand. I mean, they're the same. They have the exact same 8 kills with +5. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't think anybody would have picked Iron Hands and Iron Jugulus to be the top two Paradox Mons. That's so cool. And right underneath them is Roaring Moon, who's almost the same. He's 8 and 4 for Raikou. He's been good. I mean, everybody expected him to be good, but I think he's used him really well. Mimikyu's had an impressive season. 8 KOs with Mimikyu, really cool. BRG. Of course, I'm playing him today. I've always wanted to use Mimikyu. I would love to draft him someday. Scizor has had an insane season. He's 7 and 2. What a good Pokemon for Cole. He's been like the best defensive Pokemon all season because he's brought him to like every game, I think, and he only has 2 deaths, which is crazy. Is that him? Yeah, that's that's so crazy. What a great Pokemon. Um, the only reason that's possible is because he's timed out on a couple games. I was like, how does he only have 2 deaths when he's like lost 3 games? But one of them he must have lived, and they lost the timer. Iron Valiant, of course, has done well. And then the last one on the list is Armor Rouge, who I said I'm very scared of this week. So yeah, the kill leaderboard's always cool to look at. It doesn't really mean, just because you have the most kills doesn't mean you're the best Pokemon all season, but certainly means something. And everybody who has somebody on here has done so well with these guys. I only have one. Mine's at the top, but he's hogging all the kills. Cool, all right. That's all I got to talk about. So I guess I'm just gonna hang out, just wait for BRG to respond. Okay, I figured out the issue. Central Standard Time is 2 hours behind. I thought it was 1 hour behind, and apparently so did BRG. Because we were both like, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be ready like 8:15." He's like, "Okay, I'll be ready like 7:15," and neither of us checked like whether the time zone. I thought Central was 1 hour behind me. I'm so confused. I thought Central was. I thought it went like Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific, but apparently I'm wrong. So honestly, he might not be ready for another like. How long would that be? Possibly like another 20 minutes. We'll see. Maybe he'll get home early. Yikes. Well, I am going to grab a charger for my Switch then to make sure it doesn't like run out of battery. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back with charger, but also BRG said 5 minutes. What's up? I just started to get the timer off about third. We're off on timing. All right, yeah, that was awesome. Love you too, bye. Okay, I'm back with the charger, but also BRG said like 5 minutes. So I guess I'll charge it though. I don't know. I don't want to run out of battery. Okay. All right. Well, we should start relatively soon. I told him not to rush since he like just got home, but also I'm ready. Okay, let me make sure. Yeah, I got all the sets in the calc. Got my paper to write down. It's been a while since I set up, so been no action this week for week 9 yet. I mean, it's only Wednesday, but I think it's about to sort of start popping off. I mean, we play today. I think Palafins, Viz play tomorrow. Um, I don't know when Raikou and FWF are playing. I'm pretty sure Cole and PTP are playing Sunday. So I mean, it's gonna start going here. Then all the playoff seeding will be cemented, and then next week is playoff. Me and Cole were reviewing the tier list the other day, and we thought we did a decent job because we basically made that tier list not from scratch. We like took a basic tier list from somebody, but we really adjusted it based on what we knew. You know, obviously that was like 2.5 months ago now, and I think it's done a decent job. Like, there's nothing on there that's just way outperforming its tier placement, except like Dragalge, like I said. But I think that's like a user thing, not like a Dragalge thing. Um, yeah, I think we did a decent job with that. I hope we did. Hope everybody feels the same way. Okay, he said he's searching, so I guess we're gonna get this show on the road. Sweet. All right, cool. He says, "Good luck, have fun." Good luck, have fun. To Paco. Normal rules. Level 50, 20 minutes. Yep. All right, cool. There's a team. Yeah, citrus, um, white herb. We got rocky helmet, boots, sash, specs. Yep, that's the team. All different items. Cool. He's got the Tinglu, Mimikyu, Armarouge, Fortress. Okay. It's got Arboliva, and there is the Halucha. So kind of expect that Arboliva Halucha um, combo there. I expect him to have a Grassy Seed, which is Fizz Def, I'm pretty sure. It's always hard to remember which one is which. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's the Fizz Def boosting one. How does that affect me? Uh, that's fine. That means I might need Rotom to Terra. I'm just writing everybody down. Let me just set mine. Breloom lead. Six guys. I'm kind of expecting Fortress lead, which works for me. Don't worry, I'll lock it in. Just writing everybody down. All right, let's do this. All right, like I said, good luck, have fun. Fortress or Tinglu? Breloom's okay with both of those. I guess fine. They have to share the leftovers, so I don't know who's gonna have what. Mystic. Oh, okay. Hmm. Wow, I think I wrote down like this is the one thing I didn't expect him to leave. I'm kind of surprised to see that. I mean, he should go for flying move, right? He also might just set up right away. Do I want to go to Rotom? I think I want to Spore. Does he get Limber? That's paralysis, Jesus. I think he does, but that's paralysis. He U-turns. That's good for him. Best thing he can do here. So he breaks the sash. It's a really good lead for him. If he goes to Arboliva, that's really good. I would. I mean, I think he should. Because like the only thing I'd hit that with is like I'm assuming this is Arboliva. Yeah. Good switch. Okay. Now I am going to CC, even though he might go to Mimikyu. If he does, he'd be playing me. Um, although I have like an easy Tauros for that, hence why I'm going to. That's why I'm okay with him doing that. Especially because he didn't bring Slitherwing, so that's kind of now pivoted to being for that. Okay, he stays in. That KOs. Nice. He does get the Seed Sour, so I'm assuming he's going to Halucha with the Grassy Seed if he has that set. There's the Halucha. He's not Grassy Seed, though, which is really interesting. I want to go into Rotom. Who do I need? Well, yeah, I still like Breloom. I think I will go into Rotom this time, just because I showed I'll stay. So I feel like he might go for flying move this time. I mean, if he sets up, it's kind of, but let's see. Goes for flying press, which we resist. Nope, no, that didn't look that good. I love that he has flying press. By the way, that is awesome. The only T-bolt switch in is Ting-Lu. Who do we go if he goes Ting-Lu? Back to Breloom? Yeah. I'm going to Volt Switch. He U-turns. That did a lot. So him changing moves just means he's not locked in, which is cool. If he goes to Ting-Lu, that's unfortunate because I'm choice locked, but he doesn't know that. God, I love that he has Flying Press. I love seeing that. Such a cool move. Hits for flying and fighting damage. Goes to this. This is going to take a big chunk. What? Is that AV? That did a whole lot of nothing. Good God, that did nothing. Anybody else confused? I mean, my God. That was insane. I'm going to go Tauros. And then, because he has Armor Rouge, I'm going to go for Earthquake. Let's see. Yeah, no leftovers. I'm assuming. Oh, nuts. I forgot about Grassy Terrain. This is going to do nothing, even if he does switch. I should have went to back to Rotom, I guess. That did no type of damage for Specs. I feel like that has to be AV, but then he's not rocks. He's just a spinner, maybe? He should go to Armors, because even if he knows I might have Earthquake, it's like in the terrain that's gonna do like less than half. And obviously I'm threatening a fire move. And I intimidated him, so if he's AV, it's like he's not doing that much. Like, I mean, he can't do a status move. He can only attack if he's AV. I'm assuming he's AV. I didn't do the calc, but I was surprised by that. Gee. Okay, he's gonna swap. Maybe Mimikyu. I will take that. So we'll get the break the disguise, which is really, really good. He'll get some health back. I'm gonna Willow. I don't know what he's gonna do. Really happy to break that thing's disguise. Slow start. Very slow start. If he goes to Armors now, that'd be a pretty dirty play. But... Not sure what he's thinking about because I'm not sure why he brought that in. Play rough. Me being max defense obviously is very good there. I do connect on the Will-O-Wisp. That's really good. Not sure why he's not going Armor. The grassy terrain for everybody. Yeah, the grassy terrain being up is not helping this game go by quickly. All right, there we go. Grass is gone. I kind of want to go to Cloister. Is that forcing it? That might be forcing it a little bit. Yeah, that's. Oh, man. I'm going to go Scyther. It's like this weird mid ground. Or was I right and I should have gone Mimikyu the whole time? Okay. I think I'm gonna stay in because I mean he might have Brave Bird, in which case good for him. But he already showed Flying Press, which I, in a weird way, resist because I 4 times resist the fighting, but I 2 times weak to the flying, so it's a 1/2 resist. So weird. And I'm faster. Oh, Scyther gets his KO. Let's go. I'm really happy about that. That was not max speed Halucha. I don't know what the heck that was. But then he also died, so it's like, wasn't that bulky? I'm very confused by that. There's the fortress. I think. I mean, I'm definitely U-turning. Is he going for a Volt Switch? Why did he go out to? That did more than I expected it to. I'm gonna go out to Bradley. He did go. Yeah, that was not going to do very much. Assuming he's going out to Armor Rouge now. That'll probably be a KO for him, I would think. I think it's difficult. Mandalore, yeah, that's Armor Rouge, right? Yeah, this is just difficult for me to deal with. You could go for Psychic or Fighting move. I do have the thing on Grimmsnarl, so I am going to go to Grimmsnarl first. Hopefully he goes for a Psychic move, but if he goes for a Fire move, I have good Spadef plus the Citrus Berry. He does go for Psychic. That was really good for me. I'm just going to Parting Shot. Okay, he's going to Terra. I like that because I don't know what I was going to hit this thing with next. Terra Fairy. Okay, so presumably he's going for a Fairy move. And he can switch moves, so he's not choiced in any way. So he's going for Fairy. I don't have a great switch in. I don't have any switch in. I'm just going to go to Scyther. That's like my mid ground. There's a Terra Blast. Yeah, I expected that to do quite a bit. I think I need the chip, so I'm just gonna Aerial Ace. Like I could U-turn, but I just need the chip damage for anybody else, really. Oh, he's gonna swap into who? The Fortress guy. I don't know what he was scared of there. Cool. Thank you, turn KOs. That's AV Fortress. That's so cool. I guess I'm gonna go Rotom. Deals with Tinglu and Armor Rouge. And Mimikyu's the other one. It's Mimikyu, right? Yeah, Burn Mimikyu. It is. I think it's. Oh, does he have Woodhammer? I think even though he's burned, I think Woodhammer would get the KO. He has to be like max speed though. I could have just gone into Tauros. I kind of rushed and clicked Volt Switch there. That wasn't very smart at all. He definitely has Woodhammer. I wonder if he's just, yeah, wondering if he should go for it. That was very not smart. Um, Okay. Now I'm going to. I know he just wood hammered, but now I'm just going to go to Cloister, and because he's burned, Cloister is such good defense. I'm going to try to win, especially because he's obviously fast, so he should go first. On top of that, it means he's jolly because he was faster than Rotom. He couldn't be adamant, so this is not going to do that much. Yeah, cool. And he already Terra'd. I'm hoping. I think Cloister can run through the rest. Like I said earlier, like maybe Ting can take one, but I don't think Ting can KO this thing. Imagine he's nearer. Oh, I saw that. It was burned for a second. I was like, oh. Oh, Icicle Spear can't miss. I'll go for that. He teared the armor shot enough to liquidate it. I can Icicle Spear 3 times, or 3 turns in a row. He's gonna save the Mimikyu and go out to this guy. I wonder if this KO's from full. Gonna be close. Oh, not with that. Oh, I get the idea though. If I liquidated, he would have been faster. But I mean, with this thing, I'm always Icicle Spearing, right? All right. Back out to Mimikyu. Just like Icicle Spear, always. Cool. So yeah, I think he already teared, so there's nothing that this thing can do. He maybe he maybe can live one just because if he's like max defense. Just because, as we all know, this is this like most bulky Pokemon of all time. Yeah, it's gonna be close. I think I got it. Oh, well, the crit I definitely got it. So yeah, I got the Cloister Sweep in the end. Well, that's gonna be GG's to BRG and a good season to him. Like I said, it was his first. It was his first draft league season, and he was 1 win away. If he beat PTP last week, he would have been in playoffs, which is so impressive. So shout out to Paco. GG, well played. I really hope he comes back for next season. I really hope they come back for next season. They're a good person to have in the league and a good battler. Made me work for that one for sure. Um, yeah, it was fun. Well, that's it. I guess I'll see you guys in playoffs. I'll probably be live streaming one for Cole or something, but it'll be a while before I battle. Thanks for watching.